much knowledge in this world. We have a lot of knowledge about almost everything. But what do we actually do with all the knowledge? Do we integrate it into our field exercises? I mean, of course, do we really understand? So understanding is taking action and so on. So when we look at the sky here, what do you see? Actually, what do you feel? Because do you feel something by watching this sky? And it looks totally normal? Do you feel something in your stomach, in your solar plexus, in your mind, in your head, in your heart, in your legs, in your toes? What you feel and what you see. Sometimes it's very good to look and see how actually together actually go outside and see what you're feeling. You know what things are, we will not be so much influenced by them because we can change our thoughts, we can change our feelings, and thereby we can change our reality. So we will not be part of the global game, you can say, the global mind control game. It is called geoengineering, fighting global warming by putting a chemical dust in the atmosphere. Fighting global warming by putting a chemical dust in the atmosphere. Themes that have been discussed for geoengineering, and classic example is injecting reflecting particles into Earth orbit.
Nevertheless, there might be some good reasons to think about aluminum. It turns out, first of all, there's been a lot of work on the environmental consequences of aluminum in the stratosphere. The big deal really is that aluminum has 4 times the volumetric rate of forcing of the small particles as does sulfur. And that means you have 4 times less surface area for the same rate of forcing, and this is a much bigger deal, have up to 16 times less coagulation rate. That's the thing that really drives aluminum. Get away with think with a much smaller mass level.
We've seen this for so long now, it's been ramped up at such a steady pace that people have simply become used to skies like this. Anybody who thinks gray patterns like this are natural should recheck their reality. This is anything but natural. We seldom see blue skies anymore. Skies like this have all too often become the norm. Unfortunately, most people don't even look up. I think at times you can start the sky in fire, nobody would notice. It's exactly what geoengineering is called for. Solar obscuration to block the sun with toxic metals and particulates. Unfortunately, with geoengineers, they don't seem to take the consequences into account. The planet is like a giant physics lab for them, and they seem to not look at that. This is about creating artificial clouds which reduce rain. When you block the sun, you block evaporation, you block light photons, which diminishes the ability for the sun to knock molecules loose and create evaporation. So what we get is protracted drought in some areas and deluge in others. Exactly what we have in the continental U.S. right now. Putting the wrench on planet Earth. This is the epitome of human insanity. To think that they could alter and control these very complex natural systems is insanity of the first order. Now, there's some stuff been going on that we know about. Absolutely. Every day there's more data coming out about not other governments alone, but our government testing on its own people, its own soldiers. And again, very, very dedicated, honorable people. But there are scientists and there are some in power that use such dedicated, honored people using this piece of it. It can't be happening because they don't know themselves. That's the whole life. This is going on right now. We've had China and Russia on one side of the fence, the NATO countries on the other. The atmosphere has become a battlefield, a very covert battlefield with all life on Earth at stake. The Sand Hill and GPS tracking, particular trails, and Project Liberty appears to be designed for this. It makes sense. It's a way of artificially stimulating the economy, keeping non-profitable airlines in the air flying. Running swing through as the U.S. dies with Alzheimer's and or dementia. Doesn't mean dies from it, but dies with it. There's no question that all of us have had our neurological system affected. We're all breathing this stuff. It's inside all our systems. So these are staggering statistics. 1 in 3 with Alzheimer's and or dementia. Autism has increased 10,000% since 1975. 1 in 50 children now has autism, also related to aluminum. Synergistic effects of environmental and heavy metals. These metals are toxic in and of themselves. When you combine them, they become much more lethal. We've been given studies recently that indicate when mercury and aluminum are combined, toxicity increases as much as 10,000
oftentimes before there's a weather front, there are heavy assaults from these planes just before a weather front is changed and comes in. Military and some commercial jets have been fitted with huge barrels of at least 49 different kinds of documented chemical poisons. Among other documented ingredients in those toxic man-made clouds are pathogenic molds, fungi, weaponized viruses made in some places like the secret site at Fort Detrick, Maryland, which is supposed to be a cancer site. There are a number of scholars and professors tracking this that have big questions about this. Barium and nanoaluminum particles. These do to the human body. Barium is an alkaline earth mineral. It was discovered in 1774. At low doses, it can act as a muscle stimulant. At high doses, it detrimentally affects the heart and the nervous system. Barium is toxic to all mammals, and that means not just humans. Aluminum, which is the most abundant metal in the Earth's crust, is known to diminish kidney function and destroy brain cells and cognitive function. Just think about it. Just between the aluminum and the mercury that we're breathing all the time, we've got already a serious issue about brain function and cognitive function. There is also documented evidence that the aluminum in chemtrails is released as nanoparticles, and that when they reach the Earth's environment for wildlife, in lakes and streams, it's causing serious problems with wildlife there. Researchers are also finding that nanoparticles interfere with the growth of plants. Nanotechnology is totally unregulated. Just this past month, a new research report came out showing and documenting for the first time that these nanoparticles actually go through the skin. Well, if you breathe them, whether they go through the skin or whether you're inhaling them, it's still a problem.
The condensation trail is very similar in many ways to when you go outside on a cold day and exhale. You create a condensation trail. That little cloud is a condensation trail. Now, if you take a 2-mile walk on a cold day, and you can turn around and you can see your condensation trail tracking all the way back for 2 miles. That's how crazy it is to think that what we're looking in the sky is actually condensation.
These previous guys, I've watched exactly what they do, and yes, they are correct. I've seen exactly the same stuff, so ditto marks on those. You want some figures? Okay, latest water test. Tested the rain. 13,100 micrograms per liter of aluminum in the rain in 2013. Normally, it should be 0. So 13,100 is pretty damn much, folks. It used to be 0. Then it was 100 in the 2000s. And then since 2010, it's into the 1,000 and the latest 13,100. In the snow on Mount Shasta, pristine Mount Shasta, 61,000 micrograms per liter. 4 times the amount that is found in the soil up there.
Mineralogist practicing in Reading for 17 years. And in the past 5 years, I have seen the number of patients with Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's, and other neurodegenerative diseases tremendously increased, almost quadrupled.
He started in the 70s. Autism was not on the radar. There was no documents, there was no information. It was 1 in 100,000 children. Today, what we have is 1 in 48 boys. I was part of the early group that was looking for aluminum in ADD and ADHD. And all of those children that started to develop those phenomena had high levels of aluminum. When we figured out protocols to detox them out, to free the body of those particular contaminants, what happened is that their brains came back. When we do this to the age, it doesn't come back as quick, but it will come back. But I'm seeing Alzheimer's in 56 years old. Back in the 70s, Alzheimer's when you were 8.
Insects. I've done studies in the 3 counties. They're at 20% of normal. The aquatic insects basically made a nosedive in 2006 to about 20% of normal. So far this year, I've sampled 200 trout stomachs. 98% of them are empty. So sorry about the trout fishing fellows. The mayflies, stoneflies, dipterus, and caddisflies are damn near gone. The terrestrial sampling is down to about 20% of normal, except for pest species like ants. We're seeing a loss of major bird species, and as the gentleman said, the ecosystem is unraveling. Audubon's been telling me that for years.
The materials that are going into the environment right now, aluminum oxide nanoparticles and barium nanoparticles, these just happen to be the same materials that they use in nanofermate explosives. And so when this stuff settles down out of the air into the environment, it is small enough to be absorbed through the root structure of the trees in the forest. And so when there's a forest fire, and there will be a forest fire, those fires burn dramatically hotter. The point is that the cost of firefighting, the cost in the healthcare system have nearly doubled in the last 10 years. The amount of acreage is lost because of fires. The impact on human health is dramatic.
I personally tested water and aluminum, and I found aluminum had 47 times the normal expected amounts. Strontium had 10 to 20 times the amounts. Barium was 20 times. This is what the stuff looks like here. I collected it. Most people just think it's a cobweb, but I tested it. It has outrageous amounts of barium, strontium, aluminum, but they destroy the sample, so I'm not letting this get away from me.
You know, these tests are international in scope. We're seeing this all over the world, guys. Okay, pH of acid soil is 20 times more alkaline. The aluminum in the soil has doubled in the last 10 years. The rain normal was 5.6, it's 20 times more alkaline. Aluminum blocks essential nutrients. I am unable in my garden to restore normal pH, and that's because nanoparticles are now in the circulatory systems of both plants and humans. Nanoparticles are now in the circulatory systems of both plants and humans.
The first public, nice, detailed public description was in the book of Cara St. Louis Borelli, The Sun Tree, where she says that there are hollow fibers, great, self-replicating hollow fibers that are there to kind of read out the light fingerprint of your DNA, transform it into an electromagnetic radio signal that is detectable via satellite and ground station. This is what she found out by analyzing information that within chemtrail communities in the United States. The German tomato, that was some German rain. This is real. Now watch the model. Basically, mycelium of a certain type of fungus, and this fungus is, first if you want to look at it, it's airborne. It's not a single fiber here. It is glowing in the UV. So if you take a UV lamp, you can see those fibers in there. Some of the people cannot see it. And then the mycelium is starting to grow within the body and starting to multiply. And at a certain point, they are extracted by the skin. And you can see that they have these abilities to collect colors. You have blue Morgellons and you have red Morgellons.